Hey folks, this is Misha, or Agent Agnes. You probably know that if you've gotten this far in the podcast so far. I just wanted to say we appreciate every single one of your listens, and we really hope you enjoy this fun little project we do, and we hope that you're having a fun time just kind of tagging along for the ride, and it's kind of, chaosy, if you know what I'm talking about. Just a little bit of info. If you like us that much and you keep listening every week, we'd really like it if you could like and review whatever platform you listen to us on. That really helps the algorithms for us to, just reach out to more and more people who might like the podcast. And you can find us on Instagram at Chaos Engine Pod, and we love to talk to you all. So if you wanted to ask us any questions or reach out, we have some giveaways sometimes. Just give us a follow there too. Kind of helps us know what we can do better and just to reach out to all of you. So thank you all for listening again, and have a great day.
My name is Marshall Branham, and I stand before you today in the semblance and the audience of all you fine individuals of this church, and in the light of our Father, the one who leads us to where we go. And I tell you all, I am just a man. I am not a prophet. I am not whatever you think I am. No, I'm just a man who bleeds the same blood as you. I'm the man who wakes up in the morning, thanks his maker for putting him here, and goes to work spreading that message to make sure everybody knows that they are loved and cherished. And I also know that not everybody wants to hear that message. Not everybody is going to be receptive of what I and what you have to say. And that is okay. We are not to bludgeon them with this. We are not to tell them they're wrong, tell them the evils of what's going to befall them if they don't listen to us. They made their choice. We offered them the path. We offered them the light. We offered them the knowledge. And they rejected it. And at certain points, you gotta learn to cut loose. We can't save everybody. We're not going to save many of them. And that's fine. Because their choices have been made. Just like we made our choices to stand here today as a unified front. And know that what we're doing is right. And that the payoff for all the things that we have done to this point are going to be worth it. And let me tell you folks, they are going to be worth it. I've already seen the signs from our Lord. He blessed us with one miracle already. And another one's coming soon. I know it. I can feel it. And that's all because of you. All the effort and all the time that you've all put into this. It's because of you. And with that, I need to warn you all. It's come to my attention that federal agents will be coming to this town. And that those federal agents might be trying to stop us. So, yeah, let's get into the session here.
All right, bye, guys.
Yeah. Well, that's why I got to figure out how we want to start this. So
we all separated. We're not. Yeah.
See you later.
Last time we had Jake go last, so maybe we have him go first this time.
I think. Well, Tyler and I
think that's where we.
Oh yeah, we all split up like idiots.
I can go talk about Dota with Cody outside.
Hey.
There you go.
Is it too early to have an otter pile?
No.
Fuck no.
No.
I am an adult.
Yeah, do whatever the fuck you want.
That's a 24-hour, like a rolling thing. Yeah.
Did you have any more questions, I guess, Tyler, or are you good?
Well, so I'm looking back through my notes, and I basically got what I wanted to know from without spending, hours and hours digging into this.
Yeah.
I got my surface level.
Cool.
And we ended on a nice little hook.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean,
let's jump into Cody then, since we haven't really got time with Agent Draino. So
wow.
All right.
Dude, your name is Agent Draino?
Oh, yeah.
That's so sick.
I'm going to have such a huge crush on Agent Draino, and I don't even know why.
For some reason, I do too.
So you were going to go to the bowling alley is what I remember.
That's right, yeah.
Okay, cool. So make sure we're on the same page. We'll hop into this. So Agent Draino, you were going to go check out the bowling alley.
That's right.
All right. So we see... So you guys were leaving the pub, Shore's Pub, I believe, right? And you were splitting up from there?
Yeah, we had a bunch of points of interest, and we just kind of...
So the bowling alley is like literally 2 blocks up. Perfect. It's like you could walk there if you wanted.
Walks there.
I don't know if you want to take the minivan or whatnot. Okay, yeah. So you walk up. It's about 2 blocks south of where you're at. You walk past the convention center. You'll have to cross the street, and then the bowling alley is pretty much on the other side. We will call this Seagull Lanes because I don't know the real bowling alley name, and I don't want to get in trouble for naming them if they have one, so we're going to go Seagull Lanes, because everything around here has to be related to the ocean and or animals. Yeah. That is how Ocean Shores works, and if you think I'm making that up, I'm fucking not. Every street is named after a fucking bird at one point, so...
There's just bird poop everywhere.
Yeah, and deer. There's a ton of deer out there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like they are almost an invasive species at points. Like, it's wild.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we see you roll up to Seagull Lanes. The outside is pretty ratty. Like, it's a gray and white, like mostly gray building, white trim. Some of the paint's flecking off here and there. I don't know if that's the proper word.
Yeah. It's flecking.
Yeah, I don't think that's actually a word now that I think about it, but.
There's flecks of paint, I thought.
Yeah, but I don't know if you can. We'll just say it has flecks of paint that are chipping away at various points on the outside of the building. It's got a couple big windows, open sign. Their big claim to fame is that they have neon light bowl. So at night they'll do they'll turn on a black light and everything will glow in the dark, that kind of thing. It starts at whenever the sun goes down. Mm-hmm. That's kind of their big claim to fame. But that's kind of written on the outside in big letters, like Neon Bowl started at 7 p.m. nightly.
When I was a kid, I loved that.
Oh yeah, shit was dope. Yeah. And so you enter into this bowling alley, pressing open the door, you hear the chime, you get the smell of stagnant cigarettes that you can never fully get out of a building.
So iconic.
That's been smoked in for 30 plus fucking years.
Somehow nostalgic. I don't know. It's I'm not a smoker, but bowling alley smell.
It's just there.
Yeah.
It's always there. It's just that permanent funk.
And I know we both know what the carpet looks like.
Oh yeah, it's just bonkers ass designs, purple and orange.
Green strings.
Yeah, exactly. Faded obviously for years of war, just not being properly taken care of. Maybe shampooed twice a year, if that.
Yeah.
But yeah, on your left, as you can kind of see through 2 of the windows, there are about 11 lanes here. We'll say 12 because 11 is an odd number, and you need even numbers for bullets. There's 12 lanes. Obviously there's the step down to where the bowling area is. You are kind of on the upper area. To your right, there is the gentleman working the counter. He's got a little name tag on that says Rex. He's a heavier, overweight gentleman. Probably looks to be in his mid-30s, already completely bald with stubbly facial hair. And he's got kind of a shirt it's a white button-up shirt that's kind of unbuttoned. He's got a wife beater underneath it. And he's just kind of leaning against the table, scrubbing out some shoes. Behind him, obviously, is all the shoes. And around the corner from there, there's kind of a little seating area. There's I guess you would call it an arcade. There's maybe 7 or 8 arcade table or cabinets, and then 2 pool tables in here as well. And so he just kind of looks at you and nods. You're in here probably to bowl or whatnot, so he's not really going to give you a whole lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if did we get a physical description of Draino?
Yeah. He's just he's got that plumber look, dad look.
Yeah.
He's got the tight belt. He's got a healthy muffin that he's not really trying to hide, tucked in shirt.
Is he rocking like a polo, or is he rocking like just a normal shirt?
Normal shirt. Polo sounds right.
Okay.
Yeah, something, like
we got
trying to putting a little bit of effort.
We got like khaki slacks, khaki shorts. What are we thinking here?
I would say jeans.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just got his shirt tucked into jeans.
Some New Balances?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
The Monarch, baby. Does he have like Dr. Scholl's in there for comfort?
He definitely. He's not fucking around. He knows what he's about.
As a dad, I'm avoiding having to hit the Monarch stage.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not there yet, but my friends are really trying to push me into it. They're like, yo, man, they're on sale for like $30. Like, no, I'm not. No. Like,
I resist.
I don't want to be that dad. So, awesome. Okay, so you walk into this bowling alley, and like I said, you see Rex there, kind of behind the table. He's doing his thing. Just kind of, I don't think he's staring at his phone, but he's just kind of cleaning out some shoes. He's got a couple on the counter, like maybe 5 or 6 pairs, maybe replacing some of the laces and whatnot. As you look around, you see there are a couple cameras around here, so that might be why he's not fucking around.
Yeah.
They might be watching him. But you definitely see there are some cameras in various corners.
Okay.
So what does Draino do?
Yeah, no, I just walk up to Rex and I just kind of say, "Hey, how's it going? How you doing today?"
He kind of looks. He's like, "Good, just taking care of some shoes."
Taking care of some shoes.
Goes back to doing his thing.
Yeah, he's just like, spraying them. Yeah, spraying inside the shoes. Yeah, doing that. No, I was just kind of I don't know. I was camping nearby. Just kind of felt like doing a bowl, but the rest of the family's over there, so they're doing their own thing. So I'm just kind of chilling out. Just looking to hang out. I might do a round. But yeah, just kind of wanted to... Did you hear about there's some police over there? Have you heard anything about that? I guess there's I saw a body or something.
He's just kind of just like, please, like, no, I haven't heard anything. I've just been here all day. I haven't really got outside. Where'd they find it at?
Oh yeah, I guess it was just more towards the beach, I guess. Yeah.
It's like, huh? Wow, that's don't see hear that every day.
Yeah.
Not that kind of crime, at least. And he kind of goes back to like doing his thing. It's like, if you want a bowl, it's $3 a game.
Sweet, yeah. And I kind of start to grab my wallet. Sounds good. Yeah, I'll take a round. Maybe I'll do 2, but I'll let you know. But as I'm pulling out my credit card, I'm like, yeah, I also stopped by the pub right nearby. And I forget the name of the pub is
Shores Pub.
Shores Pub. Thank you. Yeah, there's the pub there. Yeah, and I don't know. That's what do you like that pub? It's like it was kind of weird when I was in there. Is there anything weird going on with them?
He's just like, no. I'll go there after work. It's pretty walking distance from here. Some friends and I might go meet up there or whatnot. Bobby's a good guy. I know they just he's been pretty excited. They just got a new hire that he was hoping that was going to help things out. I think he mentioned last time they were working on a collaborative brew, since apparently she'd been a brewer before at some other place. So, but I've been there a couple times.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, that's awesome. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, and that's what I heard too. Cool. Yeah. No. All right. I'll start that round. Right. Yeah. Thanks for your time. I'll take some size 10.5 shoes. He's kind of got smaller feet.
Okay. He's like, yeah. He kind of pulls out, sticks them, gives them to you. He's like, just pick a lane, man. I can see you from here. It don't matter.
Cool. Yeah. Sweet. And I just kind of walk off and just honestly just start doing a little bit of bowling.
All right. I want to make you roll to see how well you do. I'm trying to think what would be a good skill for that.
Yeah. A little bit of dex, a little bit of strength. Who knows?
Yeah. It really could be. I get that it could be either. So I guess how do you think good of a bowler do you think he is?
No, he's really not a big bowler. In fact, he's kind of just like he tries it all. He tries the curve, definitely fails the curve ball.
Oh yeah.
He tries the straight ball, that seems to be okay, and he does a couple the underhanded granny shots.
Okay.
Where he kind of bowls just underhanded.
Yeah. So I'll let you pick how well he does.
Okay.
I don't really think a roll matters here. But if anything, it would be like a luck roll, right?
Yeah. He gets. It's
not like you're going to be rolling a perfect game or anything.
Yeah. But. He got 1 strike. Maybe got 3 spares. The rest were kind of just like 1 or 2 pins left over. So.
Nice. There you go.
So very mediocre.
Hey, as long as he's having fun, though.
He was having fun. Yeah.
And you'll look up and Rex occasionally is like watching you, or he'll like. Looks like he might like have a phone underneath the desk, like texting stuff. But for the most part, he's just kind of there. Maybe he'll even yell over, like, you want something to eat? We got the grill fired up here pretty soon. Is that something that you might want?
Yeah. What's, we got some nachos?
So, yeah, I can get you some nachos, yeah.
Sweet.
So he kind of walks over to the window, and you hear him talk with somebody, lower voice, you assuming like a chef. And then, probably 10 minutes later, you got some nachos right next to you in the lane, or he puts them up on the counter because you can't eat down at the lanes.
Yeah.
Gotta respect.
Yeah, Draino's got, he just kind of, he's not really, doesn't even have a napkin. He's kind of just wiping his hand on his jeans. Like,
yeah.
Which is not great, but, is there anyone else kind of bowling around here? Is there anyone else?
Let's do a luck roll and see if anybody else comes in.
Yeah.
No one else comes in. You see people walking by. It is I believe we said it's November 11th, 2019. So let me see what day that was during the week. I want to say it was like a Wednesday. It was a Monday. So yeah, it makes sense.
Right. Yeah. That's
there's not a whole lot of, it's not a touristy time.
Yeah.
So there is very, very little going on.
So yeah, I guess I go back up to him and I just ask, like, hold on, let me actually see. I got my notes here.
Sure.
Gotta make sure I'm having the right little keywords. Let's see. Oh, where is it? It was the name of the church.
The Church of the... where is that here?
Rising Sun.
Church of the Oncoming Dawn.
Oncoming Dawn.
Sorry, the Children of the Oncoming Dawn.
Children of the Oncoming Dawn. Okay. Yeah, I guess I go up to him and I kind of mention that. I'm like, hey, my family, we're all pretty, we're kind of religious, but we're kind of like wanted to hear more about that. Do you know anything about that church there?
He kind of looks at you. He's like, I don't fucking weirdos, man. They believe in some cockamamie shit, but yeah, I know they took over the old Mormon church over on Albatross Street. I think they called it now the Rising Dawn Church or some stuff like that, but I don't know. I get kind of I don't get good vibes from them, if that makes any sense.
No,
militia-like, they kind of, I guess, they will be out there. Some of them will be out there with pickets when you come into town with signs and stuff like that. Kind of, I don't know. Not the best cats to get involved with if you're trying to find a church around here.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because I didn't want to come out and say it just in case that was your jam. but I also that's what I was noticing is I was kind of getting some weird vibes from them for sure. What are they usually campaigning about with their pickets? Just your normal doomsday stuff, or got to be saved kind of deal, or is there anything specific?
It's yeah, a few times I've seen them out. They're usually outside the IGA, which is the local. Maybe I shouldn't use the proper name. The local food mart. We'll call it. It's a good name for a food stop.
Yeah, food and stuff.
Yeah, the food and stuff. It's oh yeah, they're usually over by the old food and stuff. Out there with their signs talking about, now it's time to join the oncoming dawn before things are too late, that kind of stuff. Just your typical doom and gloom, the world's gonna end kind of shit. I don't know. They're just fucking, like I said, they're fucking weirdos, man. You ever met people who are overly nice? They'll come in here to bowl sometimes and they're just too nice, too friendly to where I don't.
Unrealistically friendly.
Exactly. But then you hold up these signs with these hateful messages. I don't. But their money spends the other way. I don't get to say I'm not the owner of the company, so as long as they don't create any trouble, they can come in here and do what they want. So
yeah, no, that's very interesting. Yeah, that's just kind of what a weird place. I just wouldn't expect them in Ocean Shores. What a weird I don't know. It's such a weird place for such a sort of militant church like that, and it's so popular too.
Give me what's your persuade?
It is 60.
Okay, cool. You have a high enough score. He just kind of looks just yeah. I mean, they popped up pretty recently. They haven't been around a whole ton. They, the airfield over there started kind of having some troubles. And so they ended up negotiating a deal and buying out that and kind of making it their compound. So I know a lot of folks over there by Duck Lake are not too excited to have them around. But from what I understand, the most part, they keep pretty quiet. They don't, they're not running military drills and firing and killing, shooting their guns. They just kind of stay on their property, build their houses or their huts or yurts or whatever the fuck they want to call them. And I don't know, man. But
damn, yeah.
Yeah, they've only been here a couple of years. It hasn't been anything too crazy. They just kind of popped up overnight when that fucking, what's his name, a leader, you see him kind of like snapping his fingers. God damn it. Marshall, he showed up. He was kind of the beginning of it all. I don't know where he came from. Some say the Midwest, but he showed up here and started, basically bought that property, started doing their thing, recruiting others, found some of the more fringe locals, I guess would be the best way to put it, and started converting them first and whatnot.
Wow, that's like, God, I don't know. I guess I just have to step lightly around it. It's just like kind of weird. I don't know. Well, really appreciate you telling me.
Yeah, the worst they'll do is yell at you. They're harmless for the most part. They're just huffy puffy.
Yeah,
that's how they get.
Yeah, right on. Have you ever been approached by them? Like did they go door to door or anything?
No. They'll come in here and they'll ask if they can leave pamphlets from time to time, and we'll tell them no. Just because we don't want to open up that avenue to other things, you know what I mean? Yeah. Occasionally we'll find them, they'll do like they'll leave them, accidentally drop them around town and whatnot like that, or they'll do certain things like, if we have a big town fest, and I don't know if you've ever been here for like the Sand and Sawdust Festival or anything like that, but they'll have a booth there handing stuff out, kind of trying to convert people coming through, so. But nothing too major.
Yeah, is that just a yearly thing? Kind of just like a festival?
Yeah, Sand and Sawdust Festival. Yeah, it's the annual, part of it is sandcastle building, or I guess sand sculpture is the proper term to use nowadays. And the other part is, chainsaw carving. And they have a big, hoop to do. They judge them. Someone wins first place, but it's really just, it's a very loud time of the year. When you come here, it's, you want to probably bring some earmuffs, because when you got 50 or 60 chainsaws going off at the same time, it gets kind of loud.
Yeah, absolutely. When's the next one? Just out of curiosity.
He's like, next June. Typically in June. Last weekend of June is typically when it happens. But this is a real thing. I'm not making this fucking up. This is a legit, actual thing that I've gone to multiple times.
Wow, yeah.
And it's...
I was going to say, right off the top, this is really elaborate.
It's something.
Yeah, wow.
If that's your jam, cool.
Lots of
not my jam. But I love my family, and I will go and be with my family. So,
that must be a lot of sawdust and just.
Oh, it's everywhere. Yeah, it's so loud.
Oh no!
It's like I'm not. Yeah, there's at least 50 or 60 people in there. I mean, some of the stuff they do is cool, but like at the same time, it's like it's chainsaw carving, so they're gonna make a Sasquatch, a bear, or an eagle. Like that's all it's ever gonna be. No one really ever, like, there was one dude who did an octopus, which was legitimately impressive. Like, that one was fucking cool, but, yeah.
That's wild.
So if you want a bench that has two bears that are carved out of a piece of wood on it, then fucking check out the Sand and Sawdust Festival in Ocean Shores, Washington.
Yeah.
So.
It's just like in passing, like, since he mentioned that, I was like, that's weird. I was at this one shop, and they had, like, this hand that was made out of wood, and it was so realistic. I was like, wow, that's kind of amazing. Like, do you know, like, if is that a thing, or is there like a place locally that like sells those or something?
It's like, no. I mean, there's like a gag shop kind of further down past the food and stuff if you're heading south, but I don't think I've ever seen like a wooden hand. They just have like, rattlesnake eggs and like fake dog poop and stuff like that. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Right on. Well, cool. That's thanks for hanging out. I guess I'll go close out my that was like kind of the middle.
Okay.
I'll close out my round.
Okay.
And then probably close it with that.
Cool. And then you're gonna head back to.
Yeah, I think I'll just head back. Yeah, to the. Well, wait. Do we have? Yeah, we have like a local like.
You guys have a hotel that you're staying at.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just head back there.
Are you gonna? I'm going to assume that you guys gave each other your numbers. I also was going to retcon. I don't think we talked about it, but I think in the package was 3 burner phones.
Okay.
That makes the most sense.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that's pretty standard.
Exactly. I just didn't say it, but I was like, fuck, I probably should have mentioned something. So.
Absolutely. Yep. I text them, be like, hey, I'm done with my round, nothing eventful, and I'm just going to go hang out at the hotel.
Okay, cool. You want to grab Jake and send him in?
You got it.
Jake, we find Carmine back at his desk. He's left Ocean Shores. I'm gonna keep saying
Ellensburg, yeah. Don't blame you.
And I guess, yeah, so you kind of finished up the investigation. The body was going to be going to the coroners.
That's right.
What was your next step, do you think he would go do? So, to recap what happened, you went and found Sharon's address. You didn't really get a whole lot of leads. You talked to her neighbor, Ron, who was kind of nervous for what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Helpful.
Yeah.
He said that she had a friend that she came to town with.
That's right. Who had been taking her to this, like, church or something?
Yes, the church, the Children of the Oncoming Dawn.
So I think we know where I'm gonna go next.
Is that where you're gonna go check out them?
Oh, hell yeah. Well, what time it is?
I think it's probably like 1 or 2-ish.
Okay. So one thing I was thinking of, if we were going to have time at home, I need to establish what my working hours are.
Yeah. So what do you think they'd be?
9 to 5?
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. So yeah, I would probably head over to the Church of the Oncoming Dawn?
Children of the Oncoming Dawn.
The Church of the Children of the Oncoming Dawn.
Well, they just go by the Children of the Oncoming Dawn, but they have a church that is the Rising Dawn Church is the main headquarters they have.
Okay.
So if you type it in, you find that they are on their compound. Their main area is on Duck Lake Road.
Okay.
Which I'm assuming you are familiar with. Ocean Shores?
Not down to Duck Lake Road.
Okay, so do you know where the airport is in Ocean Shores?
Yeah.
The airport is their compound.
Cool. Okay. Oh, shit. That's cool. All right.
So.
Okay. The more you're talking about it, like, Ocean Shores really seems like a place that would have a fucking compound.
Right, yeah, it does.
It does, dude.
Exactly.
No one would bother them out there. Yeah.
I mean, there are houses pretty close to it, but
exactly.
I don't know how often people live in those.
They would
houses.
just be like those guys.
Yeah. So, from where you're at right now, if you're leaving, you basically have to drive across town. You have to hit the main street. You have to go through the roundabout. You go past
the roundabout.
The roundabout.
Yep.
Just like the Ohio State of the area. And you'll go past the local the food and stuff store. That's the grocery store there, because I don't want to name it. I don't want to give them the proper name.
Yeah.
It used to be Dick's. That's what I always remembered it as. It was Dick's.
Yeah, I thought it was like a Food Quick or something.
That's IGA. It's the technical name. So you go past that. You go past a restaurant called Alex by the Bays. There's also a True Value Ace Hardware over there as well.
Yep.
Eventually you'll hit the road and you'll kind of pass some houses. You'll go over a tiny little bridge. And eventually you will take a left at Duck Lake Park. And at the end of that street, you see a compound has been built. There's a sign outside of it that says the Children of the Oncoming Dawn. A newer sign, obviously. Not faded or anything beat up like a lot of the stuff you've seen around here. And the chain link fences around it are 7-8 feet tall. Maybe even 10.
Oh, wow. Okay. And
they're not wrapped in barbed wire or anything. They're just taller fences.
So I've been in town for about a year and a half. Have I heard of them?
Yes, you've heard of them.
In like a significant way.
Yeah, you would know that they are a local, I think the locals would call them a doomsday cult. They are very much a doom and gloom. I don't think you would have any run-ins with them from where you're at, because you aren't in town. And, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not in Ocean Shores proper, right? You're, I think we established you're in Aberdeen or Hoquiam.
Yeah, Aberdeen. Yeah.
So you don't have a whole lot. You've heard of them.
Right.
But like, nothing super crazy, but they are, you know that they are a doomsday cult, and that they are, they've only been in the area like 3 or 5 years, it seems like.
Now, have I heard about them? Like, do they, okay. The cults that Jacob Ripley has heard about, do they like go pass stuff out and try to recruit people, or do they try to like very much stay reclusive?
You would know that, yeah, they do some recruitment.
Okay.
So when do you think you've ever gone to Ocean Shores for like the big events, like the Sand and Sawdust Festival?
Yeah, the
biker weekend,
the
kite weekend.
Yeah.
Okay. If you've gone to any of those in the past year you've been here, then you would have seen like they might have a booth or they might be hiding stuff out there.
Okay, cool.
Think of them almost like a
Hare Krishnas.
that are like Scientology to an extent as well.
Yep.
Like they very much are just trying to get you to
Sure.
join them. And if you look up, I don't know if you'd like look up their website. I don't know how technically savvy Carmine is.
He would probably, I mean, yeah, he would well enough to like Google him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you look them up, you just, they're, you know, a fairly small church. They kind of preach this idea of, it would be, I guess, a Messiah-like figure coming. They don't ever outright, it's heavily implied that it would be like Jesus, but there's never actually like, you know, they say like
The Master.
not necessarily the Master, but like they are welcoming the oncoming dawn that their figure is going to bring, and that whatever they are going to basically help summon him into this. Like once he hears their calls and comes, a new dawn will rise on the world, and it will be a better place, and everything will be, you know, better, and that they are his children, so like they are set to reap the benefits of this figure coming. And a lot of the imagery is very Christian-like and whatnot, like Judeo-Christian. So I think there's, you know, their symbol is kind of like a circle with 3 smaller circles, like half circles in it, if that makes sense, like eyeballs almost.
Okay.
So it's kind of like that. So like there's a circle, and then 3 things, and they're kind of fancily decorated around there.
Okay.
But if you do like go to their website, they have one, you will see there is a countdown that says dawn is coming, and it has 48 hours.
48 hours?
48 hours.
2 days?
2 days.
What's the date right now?
November 11th, 2019. It's a Monday. A chilly Monday. Hasn't stopped raining or drizzling at the most part. Everything's been pretty cloudy for the past week. You would have seen, like, even in Aberdeen, it hasn't. Well, Aberdeen, it's been good, but if you ask any locals or once you got here, it hasn't stopped raining since it was almost as if when you turned to go into Ocean Shores and you passed, like, the casino, it was like you almost hit a wall of rain and we're coming through.
So, okay.
But you'll see that the compound does have a little parking, like a visitor's parking area outside of, like, there's a gate and then a parking area and then another gate. Nobody's armed guards or anything like that patrolling the compound. If you're looking at it, you just see there's some people gardening. There's some people with kids kind of giving them a walk, showing them around and stuff. Maybe like some sort of homeschool classes going on. But you know also as well that you're on Albatross. You would essentially take an Albatross. What the fuck's that goddamn road?
I thought it was Albatross Lane.
Yeah, you would take an Albatross Lane to get here. And then off of that, if you go backwards west, you will run into where their church is. They essentially, the Rising Dawn Church is off Albatross Street Northeast. So you're on Albatross Street Northeast right now. You'll have to go over a tiny bridge, go a little bit further, and then you'll find their church. The one thing that does stand out to you as you kind of approach and are driving up to the compound, there are a lot of cats.
Oh, okay.
Like,
that sucks.
Like 30 cats just chilling out there. Some of them are on the fences, some of them are just at the fence staring out at everything.
Okay.
You see a lot of cats, though.
Ugh. All right.
So, just something weird.
Okay. He wants to just, like, approach someone and ask, like, who's in charge.
Okay, so you're going to pull up?
Yeah.
Go to the... Okay. Yeah. So you pull into the... There's nobody in, like, other than the parking area. So you pull in, get out, kind of walk up to the gate.
And I'll, like, walk around until I find one of the people gardening with their
kids. Oh, I think so. As soon as someone sees you pull in, they'll start walking towards the gate.
Nice. Okay, yep.
And you see a guy come up. He's got a shaved head, kind of like a thicker mustache. Looks to be probably in his like late 30s, early 40s. And he kind of approaches you. He's just like, "Good day, sir. What can we do for you?" He sees, like, obviously or he'd probably say officer since you're dressed in all the garbs, I'm assuming. It's like, "Good day, officer. What can we do for you?" Yeah,
he's obviously in full uniform and he pulls up in like a cop car, but he takes his hat off and he's got that big lumpy dome and he's got his big Aviator.
Oh, we're going aviators? Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's going to do like aviators or the what's the other fancy one that everybody wears now?
It's actually not going to be aviators. It's going to be like those really intense, like almost triangular, like really polarized, reflective, like ones maybe they were really popular in like the late 90s and early 2000s, and now they're coming like back.
Not like the pit vipers where they're like the whole thing around.
Less intense, just like the sports version of that.
Gotcha.
That cops wear all the time.
Yeah,
it's like police eyewear.
Okay.
It's like, yeah, he's in those. He's got the big mustache. He's like, hey, excuse me, what was the lady's name? Her friend?
I don't think did you get it? I don't remember. Check your notes. Did I give it to you?
It might be in my other notebook also.
I don't remember if I gave you the name.
Didn't give it to me as in it's too late to ask, or didn't give it to me as...
I don't remember if Ron gave you the name. That's the thing.
I mean, he would have asked. Then I could... who is this fucking lady?
Yeah, so you know Sharon... I think you would know. Her friend's name was... Let me get here to my notes. Julie.
Julie. And what was the victim's name?
Sharon.
Sharon. Oh, wait. I don't think I know that. I didn't get an ID yet. She didn't have a wallet.
But he told you that who lived there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. No, you remember, so the chain of events was she had the Shores Pub.
Yeah.
You went there and talked with the guy, and you learned that someone there was named Sharon.
That's right.
That worked the night before.
Sharon's
you watched
apartment.
the video, saw her leave in the same outfit, and then you went to the apartment and talked with her neighbor. So that was the kind of chain of events that we've gotten to so far.
So I can put two and two together that Sharon did in fact work at that pub.
Yes.
And that is the same person who was on the beach.
Yeah. I think you would have a pretty good assumption of that, but you don't know until it's verified. But I think you being a cop,
probably the safest place to start.
Right, exactly. Cool. You, of all things, would know that. Yeah, so Julie is, what was the friend name?
And then did we know a last name?
Mabel.
Julie Mabel. So he'll just be like, hey, my name is Officer DiPietro. I was here, and he would flash his badge.
Okay.
I was here looking for Julie Mabel. Anybody here by that name? Or is there anybody in charge that I could ask?
And they kind of look at you, and he's like, what's this about exactly? I can go get the father if you'd like to talk with him, absolutely.
Yeah, I would love that if you could go fetch Mr. Mabel for me. That'd be great.
So,
and he'll like pointedly not say what it's about. He'll just be like, go get someone else.
Yeah, and so you see him like, 1 second, thank you. And you see him kind of go walking off. And then he comes back, and there's an older gentleman, looks to be about 63, following him. And he's a little, like, he's not fully, what's the word I'm looking for? Built out. Like he's 63, so he doesn't have like a whole ton of tone to his body anymore. Whatever he had, he's losing it. Yeah. He's got like a slower walk to him. He looks like this. He's got kind of a black hair.
Chris, what are you doing to me, dude? What is that? A real person?
No.
Is that AI?
Yeah.
Damn. Whoa.
There's a site called thispersonthatdoesnotexist.com. And it just generates people. And so, the gentleman, he's got, he's got brown eyes, black hair that's kind of getting gray at points.
You just actually
clean
made
shaven.
this more, like, real. That, like, is harder to do now. No, like, putting a face to him, you know what I mean?
Dude, that website, it's like every once in a while, they'll fuck up and make it terrifying. Like, they'll give them, like, 2 pupils. And God. It's like, it's legitimately scary. Or, like, their hands will be like if they have like
I heard they can't do hands.
And like teeth will be fucked up every once in a while.
I mean there's something about that where I was like, oh, I don't know if that's real, but it looks very real. But just having a face associated with this person makes it more difficult to now like grill him.
Yeah, that's a great website. If you're ever running Delta Green or anything current day, it's there was a whole bunch of them like. This company does not exist, and would just generate a company name, and like they'll tell you what they do and what they like specialize in.
That's scary, dude.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
But I love this person. Yeah. It's so good
because that looks like a mugshot of a crazy person. He's wearing like a gray like jail Like,
a little bit, but it looks like he's got like a hoodie, but it's only on one side.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, there's something about it.
We will post this on the internet.
On Instagram. Save it.
But yeah, it is, he's just,
that's fucking cool.
He's got like a normal sized nose. He's got like that thing where you have the lines that come out of your nose down to your like chin or your
like
face.
Smile lines.
Yeah. But clean shaven, brown eyes, his, normal looking eyebrows. Ears are a little bit bigger. Apparently one's slightly bigger than the other if you look at it too long. But
it's also not real.
He comes kind of walking up to the gate, and he looks at you and he has this big smile on his face. And it's just like, what can I do for you, officer?
How are you doing, sir? My name is Officer DiPietro. Were you, Julie Mabel's father by chance?
In a sense, I guess I am. I'm the father to all the individuals here. My name is Marshall Branham. It's a pleasure to meet you. He's kind of staring at you through the gate here. He's like, would you like to come in and talk, or is this more acceptable for you during the one-on-one here?
I'll come in. Let's have a walk and talk. You were saying that everybody's dad here.
He's like, well, yes, I'm the leader of the church here. I'm assuming you've heard of us. We are the Children of the Oncoming Dawn.
I have. I've heard a lot of the philanthropic events that you guys have been doing. I think it's really good.
Well, we appreciate that. It's when we want to make sure everybody's as prepared as they can be when the dawn comes, and if we can help guide them and shepherd them into a better future, then that's our goal.
I heard it was pretty soon. Someone mentioned 2 days or something.
Yeah, we are. We're gearing up. We have 2 more days, so everything's going to be a little bit busy as we walk the compound right now. So I apologize. But yes, come on in. And he kind of looks at the other guy. He's like, Gregory, will you please open the gate? And Gregory kind of goes over to the one side and grabs it and pulls it open. You see it kind of go. There's like a track on one side that slides it open.
Is it locked? Does he like unlock and then relock the gate?
No, he just kind of slides it.
Just opens up.
Yeah.
Okay.
They didn't lock it.
I'm just planning on how I need to break in there.
Gotcha. Okay. And so for me, I just think it's like a chain link fence.
Right.
And then one side just gets pulled open.
Right.
Enough to probably fit a car.
Like a big truck, supply truck. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So probably maybe, I'd say maybe 6 feet across at the most.
Cool.
4 to 6 feet. And so they let you in, and Marshall kind of looks at you and he's like, not the fastest individual. I'll just go ahead and warn you that right now. So, if I am too slow for you, then I will try to pick up the pace, but I like to just kind of keep everything nice and easy.
I got nothing but time today, Marshall.
Oh, excellent.
His name is Marshall?
Marshall Branham.
Marshall Branham. Okay.
Yes. And so he starts to kind of give you a breakdown as you're walking. He's like, obviously we have some of our homes where individuals live. We built these ourselves after we purchased the property, so there wasn't a whole lot of homes on a airport runway, so we've had to make do with that. Over there we have a garden that we've been building. We have our outhouses. Since there really isn't a whole lot of plumbing here, we tend to just do that, and then we use that to compost the food that we eat as well. We have he's kind of walking around. We have our church, or like our own kind of private church here, along with our schoolhouse. Over there would be you see there's larger buildings, like that would be our barracks, where gentlemen, we kind of eat together as a family, one-on-one. I obviously have my own private house over here. He kind of points to a house that's his.
What's his private house? Is it big, or is it the same size as
it's pretty
else?
much the same size. Like, think all of these are pretty much like double wides that have just been kind of put there.
Right. Like something you can buy for like $50.
Exactly. Like, manufactured homes. Yeah. And so he's just like, so, you mentioned Mabel? What's the name that you...
Yeah. Julie Mabel, or I was also looking for Sharon. What was her last name?
Sharon. I think she gave you Meyer.
It was Sharon Myers. Or so Julie Mabel was who I was looking for here, but you might have also heard of someone else I'm looking for, Julie Myers.
He's just like Sharon Myers.
Sharon Myers.
He's like, yes, Julie is she's one of our newest individuals here. She came here about, it's been 2 weeks or so. She came to us, maybe in a month. It's been, as we prep for everything.
Time flies.
Exactly. It feels like there's never enough time of the day. And as you're walking by, like, you see, like, yeah, they're just like cats are just passing by. He's like reaching down to pet one and whatnot. And
DiPietro's like, he does not like cats. If they like rub up against his leg, he'll like.
They're not.
Like,
the cats seem almost standoffish towards you. Like
cool.
Any attitude that you match them with, like they're matching it. Like they're
God.
going to him and petting him, but the rest of them are just like sitting there staring at you, like cats do, like judging, silent judgment as they do.
He stares back.
Okay,
yeah. It's what I do with my mom's cat to assert dominance. Get the fuck away from me.
You are, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if Carmine is allergic to cats like you are, but
so the small slice of my pie that is Jim Duffy was. I obviously don't believe birds are real, but the one thing that really is for real about DiPietro, I fuck cats. I hate cats.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
And so we see, so he's just kind of walking. He's like, yeah, Julie is today. She's over at the church over Albatross. If you follow that down, you'll find the Rising Dawn Church. She's there today helping out with certain things there.
Perfect.
So if you'd like to head down there, you can certainly talk with her. As for Sharon, I know that her and Julie came to town at the same time, and that Sharon wasn't completely sold on joining us at the time, so she decided that she was going to think about it some more, and that was kind of the last I saw of her. I know Julie had been reaching out to her to talk with her about certain things, but as far as I know, I haven't seen her here, or I haven't seen her at the church as well, the times I've been there.
When was that that last time that you had spoken with her?
Oh, probably been, I'd say, a week or two. It was they started coming pretty regularly when they first got here, and then at one point she didn't seem like she was all that interested in the message that we were trying to talk about. And it takes people a while. They have to find their faith on their own. We can't, we can show them the way, but it's up to them to follow. And if they choose to follow another path, then we have to respect that. But
well, that is actually one thing I was going to ask. In 2 days when all this happens, I mean, what are you guys planning? Is this like a Heaven's Gate thing? Are you building like a spaceship? Like what's your guys' end game in this?
It's like, no. There's no Heaven's Gate. None of that. No one, you're not going to have a mass suicide on your hands. I promise you that. He's like, no, we just, we know that the oncoming dawn is close and we are ready for it. And we have our preparations made. And once we're able to perform the rites that are needed, then the new dawn will come, and hopefully the world will see that it will become better, and we can unite as behind one thing instead of being so squabbly and pedantic about everything that we do.
Okay, well,
what's your human score?
Right. Yeah, thanks for doing that for me, because I was just gonna believe him. 50.
50? Okay, give me a roll.
53 over 50.
Okay.
Mark it.
Yeah, he seems everything he's telling you, he legitimately believes. He is,
okay.
He believes it in his, he's
wholeheartedly.
Yeah, there's not an ounce of doubt in this guy's body and what he's telling you and what he feels. He is just being, to you, it's just 100% truthful and honest with you.
Since there's no illegal activity or anything, he's really just trying to find Julie Hill. What's his name one more time?
His name is Marshall.
Marshall. I wanted to call him Graham.
His name is Marshall Branham.
I put an H in there, just assuming.
Branham.
Nailed it.
Got it.
So yeah, I would just thank you so much, Marshall, for your time. I will probably be in touch regarding this. I'll exchange cards with him.
Sure, yeah.
If he has
he sticks his hand out, shakes your hand.
Contact info.
He's like, it's been a pleasure to meet you, officer. And if I can think of anything else, I will not hesitate to reach out to you and let you know.
Well, thank you very much.
And if you're interested, in 2 days, if you'd like to join us at the Rising Dawn Church, if you'd like to see what the new dawn will look like, you're more than welcome to.
And that'll kind of I feel like he was walking away. He took a couple steps, and then that kind of stopped him.
Totally, you were starting to walk back towards your car. And
right. And he's like, well, I also did have another question. If I were to, let's just say, hop on in the 11th hour, I am a Roman Catholic, so, there is a certain something to be said about the 11th hour. I mean, if I were to just, hop in with you guys, would I have a spot at the table?
Absolutely. As long as you've committed to what the oncoming dawn is, then absolutely. You feel it in your heart, then you will reap the benefits of it.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Branham. I'll be in contact.
Very well. I look forward to it. You see him kind of walk you to the gate and wave to you as you're driving away.
It has a very, True Detective type. I just, no music, just, gravel parking lot,
Oh, yeah.
footsteps.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's really used to, being from New York City, he's used to these, religious figures that take themselves really seriously.
Yeah.
So he's, met people like this before, and he
probably
knows that they're just full of shit.
Yeah,
I mean, well, with this human, he knows that he believes everything he's saying.
right. Whether or not you, you still think, you obviously think the guy is, you don't have to believe what he's saying, but that dude believes what he's saying.
Exactly. Yeah. And then I think he would head over to the church.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we see you driving over, it takes maybe 3 or 4 minutes. You cross over Duck Lake, the bridge over Duck Lake, and eventually you turn into the church. You pull up and you get out and you see it is a old Mormon church. Used to be a big, tall, white building. The sign's been recently done up that says Rising Dawn Church. And there's 2 or 3 cars in the parking lot, not a whole ton. But you see there are also 12 or 15 cats just hanging out around here.
What is it with these fucking cats?
And as you get out of the car, they're all just kind of watching you, just staring at you as you go up to I'm assuming you go up to the door and open it?
I am. At this point, with the cats here also acting the same, he's gonna get kind of feeling in his stomach about it.
Okay.
That's really weird. But I guess if that happened to me right now, today, it's not like I can roll an animal handling check.
Right.
Bunch of cats. I don't fucking know. So yeah, that's kind of weird, but whatever. Yeah, he's just gonna try to make his way into the church.
Okay.
Yeah.
You walk through the door, and there are a couple people who are kind of hanging out there and whatnot. But you see there's a lady kind of in the front area that looks to be, folding pieces of paper and putting them down, kind of like a service packet kind of thing.
Julie?
You asked that?
Oh, I guess I didn't have a picture.
You don't know what she looks like.
I would ask for Julie.
Sure. And she kind of looks at you. She's like, "Oh yes, one sec. Let me go grab her for you." Or she'd be like, "Senior officer of the law." She'd be like, "Yes, let me go grab her for a sec. Is everything okay?"
Oh yeah, I just need to speak with her.
Okay, absolutely. And you see her kind of go around the corner, and they're kind of she gets somebody, and they're walking up and give me a alertness roll.
I have a 60 alertness, so hopefully it's not a 63.
That's a good
14.
Perfect. You kind of hear them walk around the corner, and you hear a voice just do you know what this is about? Why you wanted to talk with me? And you hear the other lady, the previous voice, just no, I don't. I didn't really ask. He just asked for you, so I figured the best thing to do is just come grab you, and you could deal with it, kind of thing. It is other voice that you assume is Julie's. Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. Sounds good. And you see coming around the corner a woman who looks to be in her late 60s.
Oh.
What? Yeah, she is a little bit older.
Do I know Sharon? Well, do I understand Sharon to be a younger woman?
Sharon was... You don't know Sharon's age. You were not given Sharon's age.
In the camera footage, I know it's
she looked like she was...
She
looked like she was probably in her 50s.
Oh, okay.
If you were to put what Sharon looked like from the photos, I mean, I'm sure they would have mentioned anything.
That's why I'm not a cop. I just straight up assumed that
I'm trying to think, I don't know if he probably would have had photos or something like that, or like a badge or ID thing,
sure.
Whatnot. But she kind of looked like Toni Collette was the vibe you got. ... And as the woman rounds the corner to look at you, she looks to be in her mid-60s, and she looks like B. Arthur. And she kind of looks at you and says,
God damn.
yeah, my name's, I'm Julie. What can I do for you, officer? I think we'll in there.
Fuck, dude. What?
So, I don't know if I told you guys this, but I recently started listening to Cannibal Corpse.
Started?
Like,
Yeah.
for the first time?
Yeah,
Oh,
I never really listened to him.
I always thought you were like a big fan.
Nah, I always associated Cannibal Corpse with,
Ace Ventura.
6 Feet Under, because that's Chris Barnes' other
Chris.
band. I'm getting my chain of thought here.
I know.
And in high school, there were these kids who were really into Cannibal Corpse and 6 Feet Under, and they were just the worst.
The worst,
kids.
yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to listen, like, white
I knew
people
them.
with dreads. I'm like, I don't
I
want to
knew
be
them.
associated with these motherfuckers.
Yeah,
and so
yeah,
that
yeah.
carried on into my adult life, as I just never fucked with Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah.
And our buddy Rick was finally like, dude,
Big mistake.
you need to listen to them. Like,
Yeah.
just check them out. I was
I'm
like, all right,
actually-
you know what? Fuck it. I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, I'm really surprised. That's music that you do like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like death metal. So I was like, yeah, fuck it. Here we go. And he's like, started this album, like, avoid all these, like, start here, go.
Yeah.
It's really good.
So same situation is like, I don't really like Cannibal Corpse because I don't like body horror stuff.
I get that.
But
Yeah.
I'm not really into like that imagery or like they really lean into it,
Oh,
obviously.
100%.
But I was hanging out with Rick and Charles, and they both wanted to listen to Cannibal Corpse, and I was like, yeah, I never super got into it, and they put it on, and they were like, just ignore like the
lyrics.
name titles and the lyrics,
Yeah.
which I do anyway. It's death metal, and yeah, it's amazing. I was like, they're gonna be on tour here in Tacoma.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see what that's. I want to go see Blood Incantation.
Yeah,
and
Blood
so,
Incantation is going to be tight, but I just don't want to see them in a theater. I don't think that's the space I want to see them.
Yeah, I just want to see. Since I didn't go to them with Full of Hell show, like I
Oh,
want to
yeah,
see
yeah.
Blood Incantation before I die.
Yeah.
And or before they break up,
If
which I
they-
don't think they're gonna do because they just released a LP.
No, if they
Or
ever
EP, but-
tour on Time Wave Zero,
That'd be so dope.
then I'll go out of my way to see them. But until then, I'll probably.
I get it. But so I've been listening to Cannibal Corpse more and more, and I was over at my parents' house, my brother's house, because my nephew is going away to college in San Francisco. Who they have gotten into RPGs as well. I didn't realize this.
Nice.
But they've been running like a Monster of the Week game with their friends,
Oh,
and they were
nice.
going to start playing a Cyberpunk Red game.
Oh.
I'm like, that's dope. Look at you, cool.
Yeah.
And so we were talking about stuff, and I think I have a niece who's more hip to the music today, and so they were talking about something like Drake related or Taylor Swift related, and like I think they looked at me to like make fun of them. I was like, I listen to Cannibal Corpse, dog. Like, I don't get to make fun of anybody for the music when I listen to a song called like "I Come Blood." So like, it's just not in the cards. Like,
Yeah,
I don't get to shit on people when I listen to horrible music like this.
These
so.
band names are amazing. I feel like I want to contribute, but I don't listen to any of these, so I want to be like, yeah, I listen to like Witch's Acid Rain.
Dude.
Yeah.
There's Acid Witch.
Acid Witch?
Wow.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I also think you would fucking love death metal. Like if you like got into it, I think you would.
I would probably.
Enjoy it.
Just
'Cause
the
there's,
right
like-
amount of angry, I feel.
Well,
yeah.
there's also like there's varying scales like all music, which is really weird to talk about. But like there's like Cannibal Corpse, which is very just like you're like I'm gonna eat your guts.
It's very like knuckle
meathead.
draggy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then there's like Blood
Neanderthal.
Incantation, who is like all their songs are about like space and like crazy shit like that. And they're awesome. And then there's like I just found this one, I think they're called like Serpent Corpse, and they're just like
That's a sick
really
name.
good, almost like I don't want to say like fantasy-esque, but yeah. I just love the names, like Grave Miasma. It's a great name. That's a solid name
That's
for
a solid name.
Yeah.
That sounds like a fucking Dark Souls level.
yeah, it's just so good.
Yeah.
Like
That's pretty kick-ass, yeah.
But yeah, it's just one of those things. Like as I've tried to broaden my musical horizons into checking everything out,
Well, good for
Cannibal
you.
Corpse
Yeah.
was the newest one.
You've been on a really spiritual journey for the past like 7 years.
Yeah. I love music, and it's like one
Yeah.
of those things. Like
Yeah.
I want to try to appreciate music for what it is. And like I want to try to find at least one artist in every genre that I could be like, that is good.
Chris,
Like, that's really enjoyable.
In the best way, you are like this is going to sound crazy. You are like a being born of pure curiosity who has landed on Earth, who's like, what is food? And then you just eat like refried beans in McDonald's, and then you go to like a 5-star restaurant, and you're like, I liked both. It was really good. Like, just an example, a few years ago, this was like 2019.
Oh, probably.
Maybe 2020. This might have been like post-COVID. Chris texted the group, and he said, I just listened to Pink Floyd and Outkast for the first time, and they're pretty good. What? And I was floored.
I'd never listened to I'd heard Outkast,
Right?
Like I'd heard
the hits.
Yeah, but I was like, you know what? Like
they're solid.
Yeah.
When I was working at the hospital, I would pick like every couple weeks, I would pick a band and I would listen to their entire discography.
Which is like people don't do. Like people don't listen to music. They might hear music, but like
I was like,
that's
I'm gonna do Outkast. I'm gonna start there, and it was the worst timing because the only black guy that we ever hired walked into my office as I'm listening to Outkast. I was like, I hope this like isn't gonna be weird for him because like I'm just like this chubby ass white guy. But Outkast is phenomenal. Like AT Aliens is the quintessential. I think that it's their best album, and I think it's like the best album of that like generation of rap, like hip hop.
I would go with Aquemini. That's just me.
That's fine. Yeah. And then Pink Floyd, I obviously had heard just
the hits.
Songs.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'm gonna sit down and listen to all of The Wall and all of the stuff. It's really good. Like it's one of those things. It's awesome. I want to try to have a better appreciation for bands.
Right.
So
I think for me though, I don't know. I'm just one of those people that just kind of like lets the music happen to them. I just like, oh, something's hitting my ears right now. I don't know where it's from, but like I don't know. I've never been like into a band all that much that I'm like, I have to see these guys in person. And which is funny because I'm a musician. I play a lot of instruments. You'd think I'd be more into music. I'm just not.
Well, she says that, but like this is something you're talking about. She might like metal. Here's something that she's really gotten into recently that I'm kind of into now is like I don't even know what genre this is. Like math prog rock or something.
Oh yeah.
but like it's like
Polyphia.
So it's like Polyphia or I don't know if it's Polyphia or Polyphia, but
it's Polyphia.
Polyphia, thank you. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's Tim Henson or whatever. And there's also this one Japanese guy called Ichika.
Ichika's fucking crazy.
Okay, you know Ichika. All right,
I have been listening to them.
So we're way into that. Like,
dude, have you guys discovered that? But like the anime, like the anime theme song side of that,
you have our attention.
There's a band called Giocho. I'll text you right now.
Please.
Just look up Giocho. You guys would love.
But the math side of music theory and then musicians implementing that into their songs, that's what I'm kind of more interested in. I think.
I've heard jokes online like for years that, there's people who are fans of like hip hop and then people fans of like metal for all kinds of different reasons. But
they're called them Biscuit fans, but yes.
Yeah. But I've consistently heard that like heavy metal is basically just math. Like the ones that are really good, like musically, it's just math.
I'm
just counting. Yeah.
I mean, Dillinger Escape Plan's the first one that comes to my brain when it comes to like math, like metal-y math. I forget what the genre was called.
Just like math.
Yeah. But there was like Horse the Band was another big one.
Fucking love Horse the Band, dude.
Yeah.
Horse the Band.
Yeah. Botch was always kind of in that thing for me. Botch is dope.
For anybody who is like really into that shit, there's a band out of Japan called Ovette, Oavette. That's like it's I've been into math for a while. It's the mathiest.
Okay.
It's crazy.
If anybody here is looking for cool prog, like spacey ambient prog music, check out Delta 4.
It is that OSI or
it's a SCI Records out of Seattle released them, but it's 2 members of Death Cab for Cutie.
Wait, what? What's this? Wait, hold on. Say this name again.
Delta 4.
Delta 4.
But it's like this crazy. It reminds me of Zombie in a way, but like more ambient spacey. But it's fucking phenomenal. Like I can't stop listening to the new album.
Yeah,
but that's what I mean. Like I'll go from like Cannibal Corpse to that and just be like, fuck yeah. Like I just got my record that's like psychedelic jazz music. So it's just like all like a whole compilation of like 60s and 70s like psychedelic jazz lounge music. I'm like, this is fucking tight. I love it.
Yeah.
So music is great, and like what you like. And if anybody tells you you're wrong, fuck them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
so
to
like
me.
if somebody makes fun of you for years that you went and saw Fish on tour and saw like 10 shows, don't ever listen to them.
You shouldn't. You
I
should
never
get high
did.
and acid
You do
and
you.
go watch Fish and love it. And I'll
Yeah,
still
you do.
make fun of you, and then you can make fun of me for listening to Cannibal Corpse. That's how it works.
Yeah, but Cannibal Corpse is cool. So.
Yeah, Fish isn't.
And that's your intro for this episode.
And with that, welcome back to the Whoop Whoop West Side Clown Posse Juggalo review.
That's right.
This is your Big Daddy Papa J coming at you with a new review of the newest ICP.
That's a
and
good.
Juggalo
That's a good
album.
Juggalo name. Papa J.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
I like that.
That's
I
really
couldn't
good.
remember what I said. I blacked out for a little bit.
I thought we could talk about Great Malenko, but that's cool.
The ICP
About what?
spirit
I think I
took
owned
you.
Riddlebox. I think I had Riddlebox on CD.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Did you have the ICP? It's one of the.
Oh.
Yeah, it's one of the.
I was very like...
Do they still make music?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was very anti-Juggalo my whole life. I went to school with a lot of them. And in Lakewood, they were like really violent. Like, they would like jump people and shit. It was weird.
Wow.
But I watched American Juggalo, the documentary on like Vimeo.
Where they got put as a gang and them fighting against it.
No,
Okay.
it's not necessarily that. It's just like a documentary of the gathering.
Oh,
of
yeah.
Juggalos. And there's this one guy who's like, yeah, I'm a doctor. Like, I just do this on the weekend. He's like high out of his mind on whippets. Like, it's just, it will really
Doesn't make me
enforce,
feel good.
it will really enforce everything you think about Juggalos, but at the same time, you'll be like,
God.
damn, they are people too. And it's okay that you like that music. And that was a big, a mental hurdle for me to get over years ago.
I used to listen to ICP pretty regularly back in high school.
Oh, Chris, I learn more about you every fucking day.
Yeah, I had Great Malenko, Riddlebox. I had another album of theirs on CD, and I would like Bugs on My Nuts and Chicken Hunting and all that.
Jake almost had a spit take.
But
Icon Blood does nothing for me, but Bugs on My Nuts. That really got me.
I mean, I've seen Big Money Hustlers, their movies.
Dude.
It was all because of one friend. I never saw him live.
You're
And
like, I fucking hate Eminem.
I don't mind Eminem.
Oh, okay.
I did feel bad yesterday. We were at like
they're
a
beef.
They do, yes. I think they squashed it.
Yeah, that was
Anyway,
weird.
I remember Amber and I were yesterday. We were at we were at the restaurant and we were doing like the game where you hold the phone against your head and it tells you who it is.
Mm.
And Amber, it was brands. And so Amber's like, he's a terrible rapper. I was like, Machine Gun Kelly. And I was like, Eminem. She's like, no. He's like, with Waka Flocka Flame. I was like, are you talking about Gucci Mane? And she's like, yeah. I was like, don't ever say a bad thing about Gucci Mane again.
Crazy. Yeah.
Don't ever besmirch our Lord Gucci.
Amber, what the hell?
So, if you don't listen to Gucci Mane, you should.
You're saying so many band names.
No, Gucci Mane has
You've
a
never
song.
heard of Gucci Mane?
Yeah.
No.
Never heard
Oh
of
man, he has a whole entire song that the intro is just people going Gucci, 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 Gucci,
fuck?
and it's just like he raps over it. Oh, it's ridiculous.
Wow,
it's like Waka Flocka Flame level bads of it's just him randomly just yelling out blah blah blah.
I want to press. I'm gonna give some pushback against this Waka being bad stuff.
No, I like Waka, but he's not a good rapper. But it's fun music.
He is the equivalent of Lil Jon. Like, neither of them are
Right.
rappers. They're
That's what I
just
mean.
like hype men.
But he's good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like Snakes in the Grass is a great song. I love Flockavelli is a great album. Everything else, not very good. But Flockavelli is fantastic.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Hey, Chris, when you're right, you're right.
Thanks, everyone who's still listening.
Okay.
This is a Delta Green
put this at the
podcast.
If you
Probably.
left during this, you're a fucking fool. I'll just let you know. Sorry.